Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to FM22. It's Youth Factory. This is episode 55. If you look at the upper right corner at our forum, you can see in the last 5, we have only won a single match. We have a -6 goal differential over the stretch as well. But in all honesty, it isn't that bad. 2 home games is all we played in those 5, and we got 4 points in those 2 home games. Also, all 5 opponents were top tier sides. So that was the most difficult stretch you could just about imagine. I mean, it wasn't sides 1 through 5, but it was pretty high up on the table for all of them. So for us, getting anything out of that is encouraging. For on the road, yeah, we didn't fare too well. I mean, combined on the road, we were 2 goals for, 9 goals against. So that was rough, but we did just about enough through that stretch. But we have to take advantage of being at home. We are just into the second half of the season right now, and after a promising start, we struggled as the season went on. We're obviously not in great form at the moment, but morale is still good. What I'm going to be doing here in the second half is focusing on the games that we can win, the games where we can claim points. And that starts today. That starts against Steybeck 2, who sit on same points as us, 1 spot below us on table, goal differential, the only difference between us. And my focus for the remainder of the season, as you can see, there's a definite gap from 10th and below to everybody else above us. I'm going to focus on that group. I'm going to get whatever points I can get out of these teams, out of these games, because we want to ensure survival. It took us 5 years to get that promotion, and that increase as we commit a very early foul that leads to a really close chance there, as that one goes bang right off the crossbar. And luckily has just enough spin to it to roll up and over the back of the net as opposed to going in. So what I'm going to do here remainder of the season is to ensure survival. I will be managing the games against the bottom sides until I'm sure that we are safe for this season, because as you know, you always get more out of the games that you manage firsthand than you get out of the AI doing its thing and just quick simming them. So we're going to be watching that. We're going to be keeping track, and once safety is secured, we'll just push right to the end of the season. But also the second factor that we're going to be taking a look at here over the course of the second half of the season is the finances, which of course took that worrying turn. Wow, that looked offside, but no flag is raised. I thought he went way too early. I thought he was well behind us before that ball was played. But let's see here. From this action, he's already made his run. And I don't know. That's close. I felt like he had already moved, and he was a couple feet too far off our back line. But we did have one player who allowed him to play a little bit deeper, was not marking anybody directly, and that was definitely a mistake. So goal stands, half an hour in, even though we had been in decent control of the game. I mean, we weren't dominating, but we certainly looked the more likely to score in the first half an hour. But now we trail. Jonas Gay gets that shot off, low corner. Fairly easy routine save for the keeper on that one, though. Not a lot of power on it, even though it was well placed. Low speed, nice ball. Modeste. Oof. Straight above Peterson's head on that one. Right now, all this would do is drop us 1 position, but we need points. We need to get something out of this. So I have 2 changes to the side today. First is Modeste as, point blank and ripped down. How was that offside? What is offside about that, as he is standing right there with the defender guarding him, and the goalkeeper. Okay. Sure. They weren't off, but we were. We didn't get that ball in the back of the net anyway, so I suppose it really doesn't matter. Yeah, we've been in control. They've only had one shot on target. We've got to do more in the second half. Homedale is the other change, as Lavas really not having that great of a season. His rating below a 7. So Homedale just his 4th start, Modeste his 3rd, and that's because Andreasen, yellow card accumulation, match suspension for today. Second half underway, and that was a pretty bad giveaway on that one. Homedale, the only one on yellow. We obviously have a Lavas option, and we now trail by 2. That guy was already lingering on the far post, but Nørgaard had played pretty deep into the corner. And yeah, that's level. That's just poor coverage from the team. Left him open as he crept in from the outside. Inverted winger style, just coming in, crashing in on that far post, and now we really have it all to do. Demand more. Let's push up higher. Press a little more, get stuck in. We got to be aggressive. We need 2 goals now to get back into this thing with just half an hour to go. And it's amazing that a game that was well in hand, that they were creating nothing, they've somehow gotten 2 goals out of that nothing. And yeah, we've been snapping at our chances and not getting clean contact on the ball, but Olleberg gets a great chance there and forces at least a decent save from the keeper. The keeper's had an easy job on the day so far, with really no power behind the attempts we've made. Okay, Jonas Gay having a really rough day, and he is let's see. Homedale. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Let's jump in. Okay, will you pause this time when I click pause? Homedale and Gay are gonna switch, and then we're gonna sub on Lovas for Gay, and then that'll take care of the struggling player and still give us a chance, as Homedale has been learning. He's still got some energy. He's got the ability to run, so that's good. Do we want to make a second change at the same time? Homedale's struggling too, though. Osby's not having a great day. Let's bring on somebody attacking in Calzi. Even though there's a definite drop-off in quality, you got to try. You got to do something, right? Different player. Different mindset. Could still make a difference. And again, we are easily beaten on that right side. Really struggling on marking that right side properly, and they've gone from nothing to actually deserving what they have here. Ball for Lovas, but he's going to run outside with it instead of take it towards the corner. He's offside on that one, and the flag is raised. Lovas struggling here at the moment. Team as a whole, it looks like we are going to come away without any points on this one when we desperately need them. Steybeck is absolutely one of the teams that should be going down. And that we are only slightly better than, but still, that's the whole point of, you need to beat these kind of teams to avoid relegation. And at the moment, that does not appear to be the situation. Modeste. Good ball in. Oh, come on, you guys. Calzi and Ferroli going, you take it. No, you take it. I'm wide open. I want you to take it. No. I'm wide open. I don't know what to do when I'm open. I only know what to do when I'm covered tightly. Yes, that was the mentality there, as we had already worked the ball inside, into the box. And then they just passed it back and forth, then back and forth. Little tiki-taka in the box while wide open. Yes, great. Fantastic. Disappointing from the team today. Absolutely. Really, really poor performance. I'm going to get yelled at for not subbing Homedale. Lovas! He's got his man beat, and then he turns out and lets his man get underneath him. Players playing really poor today. Just absurd how bad they've been. How many good chances they've given away. We've seen, at least half a dozen plays that should have, could have been a lot more than they were. And somehow we were 11 shots with 7 on target, and we are on the losing end of this thing and not accumulating that much XG. And that's because all of those were straight at the keeper over and over again and without any power behind him. Okay, well, we still have, out of those bottom sides, we still have a good 4 or 5 games left. We've got to get something from them, and we can't afford disappointing displays like this too many times. Otherwise, we're going to be heading back down to the 3rd tier. And we push forward to literally the next game on the calendar. We are on the road at Arendelle. And this is not going to be an easy match because we're on the road. Arendelle is actually a pretty okay team at home. We are sitting on same points. It's almost identical to what we had a week ago, where we were 11th, they were 12th. We were on same points, but we had better goal differential. Now we're 12th, they're 13th, same points, better goal differential. But the difference between the two matches this time is that we were at home, now we're on the road. And Arendelle, mid-table at home, and for us, we've only scored 5 points on the road all season. And I think we got 3 of those points in, our first road game of the year? Oh, now we're picking up an injury, and it's Bergam. No. Okay, he's already recovered a bit and continues to recover. That's good, but we've got to keep an eye on what this is. Looking for kind of that key detail from the assistant on whether we can leave him on or not. Lovas tap in, and it's 1-0. Yes, that was huge. 13th minute goal. Great run there from Lovas. Fololi, Ullaberg, and then that was all Bergam. Great pass. He's inside his defender. That keeper should have been better positioned and read where Lovas would have been meeting that ball, but still no update on Bergam. He's looking okay, but he got an assist, but doesn't mean much. If we can get comfortable, though, we absolutely want to bring him off at some point and limit whatever damage this injury may cause. Oof, that was close. I want to say that was cleared off the line. There you go. Suffered a tight Achilles, but he should be able to play through it. Okay. Tight Achilles, but should be able to play through it. They want Minkowitz on. You know what? I'm worried about a tight Achilles becoming something a whole lot worse. We do have a lead, and we do have Homedale, who is a growing prospect. Let's bring on Homedale to see this thing out. We've got a goal. Let's hope it's enough. My objective today, honestly, was a point because we're on the road at a team that, even though they are near the bottom of the standings, they are right at the bottom of the league in away form. At home, they are much better, and this was bad. This was bad. Just a long ball from the keeper, and Skugmoen just outrunning our entire defense. Just outpaced him. The keeper shouldn't be able to kick that ball that long anyway, but here he goes again. Hui. But just a few minutes after we make the sub, it's back to level. Homedale, nice setup there. Jonas Gay, bit off target with that cross. Severetti, better off this time. Lavas, same run we made last time. This time the defense makes a much better stop, and the keeper was poorly positioned. Lavas was going to score that one because he was aiming far post, and the keeper was hugging near post. He was well out of position. That was going to be a pretty easy score, as the keeper would have had nothing on that. But that defender, great blocking tackle on that one. Offside. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Ooh, Gay ripped down by the defender as he is going to receive that ball. There was no contact with the ball whatsoever. Shocking that that wasn't called. Lucky in the aftermath that there was no score. Also, worrying thing here is it's been pretty much all them since we made that early strike. I mean, we deserved the goal we got at the time we made it, but we've done nothing since then. And they have not only gotten back into this thing, but they are beginning to assert themselves. We need to do more here in the second half if we are going to come away with anything today. Offside, no flag. Great block there. That was a sure goal, but that was an offside play. It was very clearly offside. It wasn't even close, as he was at least 2 yards offside and was just standing there. So it's not like it was the timing of the run or anything. He was literally just standing 2 yards behind our guy, not moving at all, and then the ball was played. This one tries to chip the keeper, but fortunately for us, he pulls it a little bit too much. The chip shouldn't have beat the keeper, but keeper didn't even move when he probably should have. Oleberg's struggling today. Let's go ahead, and he's tired anyway. Let's bring on Janssen. I know he's more of a defensive guy. We need that defensive mindset today, not the offensive. I want to point at the very least. Wow, we are so bad right now on set pieces that we don't even get to finish a highlight. We get a ball into the box from a corner, and they just immediately cut away. Ooh, oh, Hugginson, I thought he was there. I thought he was there first. He was not, but Gillo there to clean up the mess. Homedale, great through ball for Lovas. He's got a real chance here, and he chips the keeper, and we're up against the run of play. It's a goal. It's a massive, massive goal. Could we steal the points today? Oh my goodness. We've been in positions where we deserve something and haven't gotten it so many times. Can we be on the opposite side of it for a change? Can we get the points? Can we steal the points against the run of play? That would be huge. Meanwhile, I also need to start watching things like the scoreline that I just saw, where Jerv is losing 1-0 to Sondel, because we do have a bit of a relegation battle on our hands at the moment. And if we are going to continue to drop points against other teams near the bottom of the standings, then we are giving them every opportunity to take it away from us. Homedale needed to take at least 1 to 2 more touches, as he still had some space. Yes, they were closing him down, but he still had a little bit of room to run to the box before they were going to get on him. Janssen can't beat the wall, but he recovers the ball. What's he going to do with it now? Sets to the other side. It's Hugginson. Hugginson, though, resetting back to Gay. Everybody's out of position as they start to get back into position, and Andreasen gets a nice chance there. That's a pretty decent stop. Okay, take it a look. It's 2-1, and it's about that time. All right, we made 1 substitution already for the injured Bergam, and hopefully it's pretty minor. If he was able to play through it, then maybe it's just the tightness, and maybe it's just a few days, and he'll be fine by our next match. Sundale now up 2-0 in that match that I was talking about. Ralphus ahead of Christian soon. That could be worrying, but I think Ralphus is pretty far ahead in the table. I don't believe they're one of the bottom teams, and ooh, we get not 1 but 2 blocks on that one. Jonas Gay is tired. I I have made 3 subs. We are out. Lovas. Okay, instructions. Massive time wasting into stoppage time. Two minutes to go. Janssen, free kick. Too much towards the keeper, who ends up punching it away, luckily for us, but it went right to him. And we have about 20 seconds left to go to collect 3 points on a day where we absolutely do not deserve it, which makes me proud because this is one of those games that can be so frustrating. They don't do it as bad in 2022 as they did in, like, pretty much from the infancy of this game all the way through 2020-ish. It got less bad in 2021, and you definitely see a lot less of it in 2022. But you see those games where you have 40 shots and your opponent has 2 attempts, and you lose 1-0. And of those 40, you've got 25 of them on target. The keeper made 25 saves on 25 attempts, and oh sure, yeah, 15 of those were simple saves, but 10 of those were world-class saves. And oh right, you're in the 6th tier of, say, England, and right, and meanwhile they had 2 shots, and the one shot they had was long range and didn't have much power on it, and your keeper couldn't stop it, and it was the only shot on target they had the whole game. So your keeper made 0 saves and they scored, and you lost. Yes, that happened 10 times a season, right? It wasn't just a rarity. It was frequent. It was very common. And you were never on the opposite side of that, right? It was always the opposition doing it to you. So it's nice to actually get a win against the run of play. But it wasn't entirely against the run of play. Not entirely. It was. Final tallies here, 12-8 on the shots, not that far off. More importantly, final tally on the on target was 4-4. So, yes, they had more XG than we did. But it wasn't massively against the run of play. And most of their XG came on one play that they did not score on, fortunately for us. So that part, okay, you know what? On the balance, who deserved more? They did, clearly. But it wasn't, massively in their favor. We weren't totally out of this game. We didn't completely steal the points. Maybe based on that, you look at it, we probably deserved 1 point. Probably. But if somebody deserved 3 points, it was them, not us. So, yeah, it's nice to get one. And with the new standings of the bottom group, Steybeck getting their win against us, and now us getting a win, we're the first 2, and so far only 2, to claim anything over those last couple of games for everyone played. For that, at least at the moment, we're up to 10th. Kristiansund, Straumen are in reach, but I'm really not looking up the table. I couldn't care less whether we move up 1 place. Honestly, I'm entirely looking at that relegation battle that we are facing, because there's still only 5 points separating us from last place, not just the drop. Jerv, not looking good at the moment. Arendelle, good at home, terrible on the road, and we had to play them in their home stadium. So getting points from them there was big. Really big. But we still have Fredrikstad. We still have Jerv, Tromsø, and Grorud ahead of us. If we're losing those matches, they are going to get those points that they need, and we probably aren't going to get too many points against the top 9 sides. Therefore, there's still a lot to play for this season. It's only 1 win. We've got to watch out for what is to come. And I know that our very next game is against another bottom side. So let's take a look at the calendar and see what is ahead of us, when and where to expect, well, the next featured matches for one thing, but we still have a good, I'd say 4 of those to go this season, unless we get enough points, out of, say, the first 2 that we're looking comfortable, and maybe we skip the third one and make sure we're still comfortable come the end of the season, or grab some results against some higher sides while we're quick simming those. Bergam, there you go. 2 to 3 days. That's what I figured as we pulled him out before it got worse, before it became something major. I think that was a good substitution. In particular, grabbing the 3 points despite subbing him off. And it was 1-0 at the time. We finished 2-1, and they had scored that immediately after we subbed him, so that was worrying. But yeah, that's good. That's good. He'll be fine. Meanwhile, Jakobsen is the only other injury we have, broken wrist. He is down to 2 to 4 weeks on his recovery there. Okay, so it is Jerv next. They really did not look good in their last match. They sit 14th, and we are at home. So we will be playing that match as well. Our next episode will open with that. And then it's Grorud. So this month of August is massively important, as all 4 matches, with 2 at home, 2 on the road, all 4 matches are against sides that we are in the relegation battle with. Honestly, I think we need to be winning 2 and drawing at least 1 for it to be a successful month. We need at least 7 points from these 4 games, I think, to be successful, because honestly, we can't afford to drop too many points. We've already dropped 3. It's more about giving those points to the other sides as much as it is about us getting some points ourselves. So we must win at least one of these 2 remaining, and I think we honestly need to draw the other one. We can't afford to be giving points away to these guys. If we're 2-2 over this stretch, 6 points in 4 doesn't look so bad, but giving away 6 points against similar opposition means we make no gains, and we need to make gains against this bottom end. It's Tromsø 2 right after that, by the way, so it continues right on into the next month. Kristiansund is only 8th, so maybe you can get something from that, but it's on the road. And then it starts to get tough. You have Ranheim, you have Strømmen on the road. Fredrikstad entering October is probably our next opportunity to get points after Tromsø. Start in the quarterfinal of the Cupen. That's start 1, as in top tier side. So good luck on that. We'll be at home. We should have a large crowd. We should make some money, but I don't think we're going any further in the cup. Kongsvinger, difficult on the road. Raufoss having a good season, 6th place, but we are at home. Be nice to get a point out of that. Sandefjord, we did upset when we had our difficult run here. That was the 1 win we got, but that was at home, and it was 1-0. Their 5th place will be on the road. You don't expect to get anything from that, or Bryn, or Mjøndalen on the road. So down the stretch, we might be looking at 5 points in our last 6 matches. We might be looking at 6 points in our last 9 matches. Similar to what we did at the first half of the season. We have a very, very difficult finish to the year. So these next 3 matches are going to be huge. If we don't get 7 points in these next 3 matches, we might only get 5 the rest of the way. The entire rest of the way. We need those points. So, we have it all to do. Busy stretch. Really, really important few games. Add 9 points to what we have right here. Add another 5. That's 14. That would be 34 in a 30-match season. That could just about do it. But that's why those 7 points look really important. Because like I said, we might only get about 5 the rest of the way. And that's only 32. So that's not even 34. That's 32 points. And that might barely Barely do it. I mean, looking at what we have right now. 30 points, 30 matches. That's one per. So really easy. You don't have to be great at math to figure that out. 20 from 18, just above that mark. 17 from 17, equal to that mark. And then you're getting just below 17, 18, 16 of 18, 16 out of 19, 15 out of 17. You're looking at the bottom four being just below 1 point per match. Right at, and then just above. If we get 32 from 30, that is literally 1 point per match the rest of the season. So yes, these next 3 matches are pivotal. Guaranteed. We have to win at least 2 of the 3. 2 wins and a loss is going to hurt. But 2 wins and a loss is the minimum, because that then puts us on rate for maybe 31 points at the end of the season, which appears at this stage to be just enough to stay clear of the drop. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.